are tuned into the video game pharmacy.
What is up, you guys? Welcome to another episode of VGRx, your weekly dose of video game news, knowledge, and know-how. I am your host, Scott. And over here, we have Brittin.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Scott. What's up?
How's it going, Brittin?
It's good, man.
I feel like we didn't think we would get back to this point yet again.
Yeah.
Where it's just you and me, 101.
Can we do this again?
Oh, hey, guys, by the way, it's just me and Brittin, 101.
Just us.
Again. So if you guys wanted a round two of our succulent voices, here they are for your listening pleasure.
You know what happened last time we did one-on-one?
We had a 2-hour show.
We did a 2-hour
show. Hopefully that won't happen.
Don't get
this time.
excited yet.
I mean, not that I wouldn't love to have a 2-hour show with you again.
Yeah.
But we also had a ton more stuff to talk about.
It was E3, man.
It was E3.
There was no end to the news.
So with that being said, E3, let's talk about Fire Emblem.
Well, I don't get the connection.
I don't know either.
I'm all for it, though. Let's do this.
So Brittin has been talking about. We'll talk just briefly about Fire Emblem because it's something we wanted to talk about last week, but I didn't have the game, and everyone and their mother has been telling me to buy this game, so I bought it.
Yeah,
and you bought it
I've been
when it
bugging
first
you
came
about
out.
it. Yep.
Which I didn't know you were such a big Fire Emblem guy.
I'm not.
That's
This is
weird.
only the third Fire Emblem game that I have played, and I've only completed one.
What made you decide that you wanted I want to play this?
Well, I
one?
really liked the one I played, which was Awakening.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't as
Which was the
big
best.
on Fates, the other one that came to the DS
It
or
was
the
okay.
3DS.
Yeah.
But there was something about the framing of this game that got me really, really intrigued and excited for it. Because it's not just a tactics game. It's not just a tactical RPG game.
Yeah.
There's a whole nother side of it that
like
makes
The
it
Sims.
really unique.
School edition.
Well, I would put it this way. There's a lot of games out there that do the whole split personality thing.
Yeah.
Persona jumps to mind, where a big chunk of that game, half that game, is like teenage high school social life simulator. And then the other half is the typical fighting monsters in dungeons, leveling up, saving the world type stuff. So in this game, you've got kind of that split too, but it's half tactical RPG battlefield simulator and half you're a professor in a college teaching students.
Yeah, but it works so well together.
It works so well.
Yeah. They
In fact,
really do hold each other's hand almost.
A lot of time I'm having more fun in the off battlefield stuff than I am on the battlefield.
Me
because
too,
it's so
actually.
engrossing. And honestly, that's where 90% of the character development happens. And these games are very well written, and there's a lot of thought that goes into the relationships between every single character in the game. Yeah.
And they all have voices, too.
Yes, for the first time, everything is fully voice acted, which you're pretty early on still, I assume, right?
Yeah.
Later on in the game, when you realize how much dialogue was written for this game and the fact that they decided to go with voice acting for all of it, it's pretty staggering. I bet a huge portion of the file size for this game is just audio for all the voice recording.
That's why it's all on the Nintendo Switch and not the 3DS.
That's true. Yeah, it would not have worked out on the 3DS. No. The voice acting's generally really good, too. There's a few characters that are kind of grating and irritating, but for the most part, at least in the house that I chose, the voice acting's been really good.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. What house did you choose?
I picked the Golden Deer. So, sort of Harry Potter style.
Yeah.
When you're first introduced to this college and you become a professor there, you are tasked with choosing one of the 3 houses that are represented there. The houses each represent a section of the land that surrounds this monastery where the school is. And so there's students from each of those lands that gather at this place to basically go to Battle Academy and learn how to fight on the battlefield. And then there's heads of houses who are 3 strong personalities at each house, and you're kind of first introduced to them, and based on your interactions with them, you're told to decide which house that you want to become professor for. Here's
my problem with that is that they do it so early on. They give you no reason as to why you would pick any of them.
It's true. What they do though before they ask you to pick is they let you go around and talk to all of the characters.
Yeah.
So you meet the head of the house, and then you get to go around and talk to all of the students, the prominent students from that house. And they're all unique personalities. They all have unique backstories.
And you get to see everything about, you get to see their stats, what they're proficient in, a little bit about them. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
I didn't expect them to go in such, the first 2, I was like, okay, this is a thing. And then I got to, how many people were actually in the house. I was like, wow, they did this for every single person.
Oh, yeah.
like who's headstrong, who's shy, like who enjoys to sing or something like that. Like I thought it was really, really cool.
So much detail.
And it made me feel a lot more like engrossed in a certain house versus another.
Definitely. So which one did you pick?
I don't remember the name of it.
What color?
Still, it's the red.
Yeah.
It's because it had the hottest girls
in it. The red eagle, I think.
Yep. It had the hottest girls.
You would.
Yeah, absolutely.
You would.
Actually, no, I picked it because I really like their whole aspect of like working as a team together and like battle bonds and stuff like that. Okay. I just thought that was really cool. Okay. Yeah. So I'm digging it.
I can't wait to see how the story unfolds for you.
Me too.
From what I hear, at the first half of the game is pretty similar no matter which house you choose, but there's a pretty crazy event halfway through that changes things, and the three houses diverge dramatically after that midpoint. So the story that unfolds for each one after that sounds dramatically different. And I'm based on what I've seen from my house, which I'm like halfway through that second half, and it's been I can't even imagine what's going on with the other houses.
So replayability.
I can't wait to see. Yeah, it feels like you could probably play this game 3 times easily and have pretty dramatically different experiences, which is cool. Which also makes me wonder, why the heck did they not sell 3 different games? It's good for consumers that we don't have to buy 3 different games, but they easily could have put 3 different boxes on the shelf, one for each house, and some people would have bought more than one.
Here's what I think. Here's my thought about that, is that something, because that works in like Pokemon's case, right?
Yep.
But people know Pokemon just by looking at them.
Yeah.
And you can pretty much identify what you're going to be getting. With this game, you don't know any of these 3 characters. There's no defining factors about them besides the way they look. So you basically just be basing your choice off of the look of someone.
You'd be judging a book by its cover.
Exactly.
There's like
with Pokemon, like it's the same kind of thing, but not really whatsoever.
Yeah. Well, each of the houses has like a crest and a logo and an animal that represents it, and then the main character from that house, the house head, would be on the cover of the box. Yeah. You can actually, I think, download from the My Nintendo website a cover that is specific to your house.
Yeah, you can.
If you want to swap out the cover, which I thought was really cool. And I was like, that even more makes me think, why didn't they just release 3 of them? And the other reason I brought that up is because Fire Emblem Fates, the most recent 3DS game, had 2 versions, 2 full versions. And you could buy one and then pay like $20 to download the content from the other one. But even something like that, I think, would have made them more money.
But again, it would drastically change the whole game.
Well, the game is already made that way, though. You will see when you get further into it.
No, I'm talking about Fates.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Like that whole game was based on which game you picked, and it would change your story drastically.
Again, I want to see how each of these ones unfolds because I think it's a similar situation. I could be wrong. Sometimes games fake it pretty well and make you feel like your choices matter more than they actually do. But in this, I really feel like it has diverged in a way that it would be a completely different story if I was on one of the other teams.
So you're enjoying it.
Can't wait to see it. It's such a good game, man. Okay. There's so much thought and detail put into every aspect of it.
We're not super big into Fire Emblem either, so if we're enjoying it, it must be good.
Yeah.
And everyone else I've heard from has said it's good.
It's just so dang unique. There's nothing else like it.
I couldn't find it. I went to like 4 different places and I couldn't find it.
Yeah.
Until you found it for me.
That's wild. Yeah. I can't believe it's selling out all over the place.
And even the guy who was like, when I was like, hey, can I pick up this game? He's like, good choice.
Yeah.
I'm like,
he knows
thanks,
what's up.
man.
He's not wrong.
Thanks, random guy at Best Buy.
Yeah.
Okay, well, hey, that's enough talking about Fire Emblem.
All right, when you get further in, I would like to talk a little bit more about it and get more of your thoughts.
Yeah.
Because I could talk about it for a whole show.
I know you could.
And we need to get Killian on, too, because he's further into it, too. He'd have a lot to add to the conversation.
I would like to talk more about it, but at the same time, I don't know as much as you do.
Yeah, no,
yet,
that's fair. Yep, totally.
I'm going to probably pick it up when I get home and just binge it today.
Thanks for bringing it up.
Yeah, of
I
course.
appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Okay, cool.
So let's hit the news.
What do you want to talk about, man?
This bug in my throat that I can't get out.
Okay, tell me about it.
Well, it's kind of a phlegmy.
I was kidding. I'm good.
Okay, cool.
We got options, man.
Okay, let's just start at the top and work our way down.
I have a better idea.
Okay.
This happened like right after we recorded last week, the day we recorded. So maybe we start
there. We recorded.
In the order this thing happened.
Deal.
Let's talk about Ninja for a second. We talked about him last week.
You guys know my opinion about Ninja.
Yeah. Yeah. This is less about Ninja and more about
the platform.
Yeah, the platform or platforms that he associates with. So what happened?
So, just out of the blue, Ninja tweeted out, like an hour after we recorded, Ninja tweeted out that he signed a exclusive deal with Mixer, which is another streaming-based website, just like Twitch. For, I don't know if they actually said the amount of money that they paid him.
They haven't.
But
a lot of people have been digging in and trying to find that out, but I don't think we know.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah. We're talking tens of millions, most likely.
Like, he just dropped Twitch just out of the blue. And
Twitch made him what he is in a lot of ways, right?
Twitch made a lot of people what they are.
He owes like all his success to Twitch.
Yep.
So that's why this was really surprising.
Exactly. I've heard that there has been a lot of between Twitch and its partners, the disconnect is getting further and further and further. So I heard that's been an ongoing issue, but I didn't think it would be something that'd be like this. So yeah, he just out of the blue quit Twitch, went to Mixer, and let everyone sub to him for a month for free.
Okay.
So for the whole month, you could subscribe to Ninja for free on Mixer. I've been on Mixer a little bit. I really don't like the interface of it, or I don't like the layout. I went through kind of as a joke, and there's like a top streamer tab.
Okay.
So on Twitch, you know, the top streamers you'll think of as like Dr. Disrespect, Shroud, Ninja when he was still on it. And they would have like 30 to 40,000 people watching them at any time. Guess what the number one stream was and how many people were in it?
Yeah, it's probably Fortnite, right?
No.
It was not Fortnite.
It was,
it?
It was Monster Cat, which is a music site, and it had 8,000 viewers.
What?
So it's just playing music.
That's
and there was
weird.
only 8,000 viewers in it.
Is this a specifically gaming geared platform?
I didn't really look too much into it. I think so,
like
but
Twitch too has exceptions to that. It's not all people playing video games.
Yeah, like talk shows, Dungeon and Dragon, things
tabletop.
like that.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm not 100% sure.
But you just said a music channel was at the top of the list.
I know, right?
Weird.
So I'm sure there is like subgenres, but like I said, I didn't look too much into it.
All right.
But the weird thing, the biggest thing about all of this is that people are basically everyone's thought process is Twitch going down. Is people going to start jumping ship over to Mixer? I don't think so.
No,
and here's the reason being is because where Ninja got paid to switch, not everyone else is getting paid to switch.
Not a chance.
So they would be starting absolutely fresh.
Plus, Ninja was not carrying Twitch.
No.
There's so many great streamers.
There's way
and
better
events
streamers out
that
there.
use Twitch as hosting.
He was just like, he just happened to be the face of it.
Yeah, and that was largely in part because Twitch promoted him and made him the face of it. Because I guess they probably needed somebody to roll out at events and kind of represent their brand as far as like the individual streamer goes, you know.
Well, now Ninja's the face of Mixer, and
crazy.
And basically he will be going with Mixer to every single event they go to promote them.
So we don't think this is going to have any dramatic effect on Twitch long term. Do you think it'll have an effect on Ninja's career long term?
He's already hit 1 million subs.
Yeah, but Mixer. I mean, he had like 30 or 40 million on Twitch, didn't he?
Subs?
Oh, okay. Maybe
these are subs.
Followers are different.
Yeah,
than subs.
followers are different from subs. Like subs are people who pay to follow.
So do you know how many subs he had on Twitch?
I think he had like
top of your head?
3 million or something.
Oh,
like
wow.
that.
Okay.
Yeah, so he had a lot of people.
So it's getting up there already. These are all just people that followed him there.
Yeah, these are all just people.
Mixer users.
No.
That are following him organically.
But people are wondering like, what's going to happen to Twitch now? Is this going to be like the death of Twitch? I don't think so.
That seems extreme.
Yeah, I don't think so at all. People really enjoy it. It's almost like. This is the way I put it was, think of another site just like YouTube that came out of nowhere. And it did well for a little bit. Did YouTube ever fall? I don't think so.
Yeah.
It would never. I'm sure there has been plenty of sites that have come up that were trying to be like YouTube, but it just didn't work out.
Yeah.
So
it's very strange for me for anyone, even if it's Microsoft, to take on Twitch at its own game. Because why would you jump into a market that's so dominated by one platform like that? YouTube's a good parallel to that.
Yeah.
It's just the one place people go to watch videos online.
Exactly.
This was the one place people go to watch people stream video games.
Yeah.
Why would you want to jump in and compete with that? How long has Mixer been around? Do you know?
I don't know off the top of my head. It's relatively new.
I had never heard of it before this story broke.
Yeah, it's relatively new because I remember last year at PAX they had like a Mixer booth, and I think that was the first time I ever saw it.
Got it.
So I don't know.
I guess my other question is, are they doing anything unique that Twitch is not doing that makes them an interesting destination?
I'm not quite sure how this works. Their whole like bit system, which in Twitch, bits are something you pay for and you can give to the streamer.
Oh, okay.
And it's money basically.
Yeah.
So it's like a different way to donate. In Mixer's case, it's something about watch time, and the more you watch, the more bits you get, and then you can give them to them, and they're free. And you give to the person, and they make money off of it.
So it's almost like you are accruing a digital currency, but then instead of redeeming it, you give it to your favorite streamers.
Yeah, exactly. But so I don't really know exactly how it works. As a streamer on Twitch, I'm not going to go to Mixer. I was not interested. I was not interested last year when I saw it.
Hey, dude, you texted us though, and you said you switched to Mixer. I thought you were serious.
Did I really?
You did the day that happened.
Oh,
you're like, here's a link to my new Mixer account.
Oh God,
I'm pretty sure you were joking.
It was a fat beam, dude.
That's
because
pretty fun.
I don't know. I don't.
They didn't cut
Mixer
you a
at all.
$20 million check, did
No,
they?
when
I don't know about?
When they do though, I'll let you know.
That might motivate you.
I will let
to
you know.
make the switch.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
I mean, I already hate Ninja anyway. I think he's kind of a tool, and this
I
kind
don't
of
know enough
solidifies
about him.
it.
Yeah. Dude, if you could continue generating revenue at a rate of probably a couple $1 million a year on Twitch for the indefinite future, or take a $20 or $30 million check up front and have probably no further commitment other than to keep doing what you're doing, but on a different platform, that's a good deal for him. Yeah. And if he's thinking about long-term, his career, his future, how long he might be relevant, it probably makes perfect sense for him to make this move just based on the money.
Do you want to?
It seems a little shallow, but
do you want to think of it in a different sense?
Yeah. Okay.
There's people who pay to be subscribed to him, and out of the probably the end of the month, he just dipped. So all those subs who pay him to stream, just
so you're talking about his subs on Twitch. Yeah, that's kind of a slap in their face. I get that.
And that's not even like, because there's 3 different tiers. There's
maybe that's why they offered free subs on Mixer though for a month.
Maybe
to allow those people to follow him without paying for it because they already paid once.
Yeah, but people don't want to. Why would they switch platforms? Why would anyone switch platforms just to watch someone?
Because they really like him, I guess.
Maybe there's some people who would, but for the most part, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't like being forced to use a new platform that I'm not familiar with either.
Fun fact:
what's up?
Twitch is using. So when he announced this, they took away his verification.
Oh yeah, like
on
instantly.
Twitch,
yep,
like instantly, and they've been using his channel to host his rivals on Twitch.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Just as an extra knee slapper.
Well, hey, they have every right to do that.
I just thought it was funny.
Yeah, that's funny.
Funny. So I wonder if they can log into his account and stuff.
That'd be weird.
I should look. I haven't looked at his channel in a week. I want to see what it looks like now. Probably
I bet
barren.
You'd think it'd be gone entirely, but maybe they can redirect or something.
What was funny is that people were in his chat the day it happened on both Mixer and Twitch, even though he wasn't live.
People were all responding to this in real time.
Up in arms.
That's
yeah,
funny.
dude.
That would have been fun to witness.
Oh, it was. It was very fun. It was only emotes that were being
that sounds about right.
But whatever.
Yeah.
You know how it is.
That's how we communicate these days.
Yeah. Hey,
what's up?
Speaking of PAX.
Yeah. Wait, were we?
Do you want... I mean, I was talking about PAX at Mixer.
Oh, yeah.
Or Mixer at PAX.
That's true. You mentioned it briefly.
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah, what's up?
Want to talk about PAX?
We could talk about Twitch and PAX. I'll do you one better.
Whoa.
And Microsoft. Yeah. What's going on with PAX this year?
Oh, my God, dude. I don't know.
This is a big story.
I don't want to say that this is the downfall of PAX, but... This is pretty big.
This is a big piece of news, yeah.
So...
What happened?
On Monday... No, what day is it today? Thursday.
It's Thursday.
On Tuesday, they released their map and the schedule for panels.
Right.
Their panel list is looking a little slacking.
I looked through the first couple days.
Yeah.
There wasn't much that jumped out at me.
There wasn't too much. Yeah. Thanks for not picking us, guys. We really appreciate it.
We tried. Some year.
But here's the thing, is that the past couple years, when they release the panel list, not everything gets released all at once. Because I'm sure there's got to be way more panels than there is, because
And they're refining and tweaking, I guess, too.
So I'm waiting to see if there's more panels. So I'm kind of holding my breath on that one. I don't want to say too much about
Were
it.
you looking for anyone specifically, or what? There's just more.
There's a couple panels that have been there almost every year I've been there that weren't there.
I saw your throwing controllers panel.
Yeah, I did see throwing controllers, but there was like game night, like Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune and stuff.
Those are fun.
None of that was there.
Weird.
Yeah, none of that stuff was there.
Yeah.
There wasn't very many autograph panels at all, which normally they'll say like when autographs, but I only saw like, I don't know, a handful.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's just it just doesn't feel like a full list. So I'm biting my tongue right now because I don't want to bash it too hard, just in case that they do update it later.
That's fair.
Which they've been known to do plenty of times before.
Yep. But the main thing was who's not going to be there.
So I was looking at the maps, and Microsoft and Twitch are not on the map at all.
It's crazy, man.
Those are like, I was thinking about like. I was looking at it, and I was thinking of the different companies that have been there and haven't been there throughout the years. And Microsoft and Twitch are two really, really big companies not to have a PAX.
Yeah, they're always in the main show floor room.
Yeah.
And they have two of the biggest booths there.
Yeah, so why not include them, or why would they not decide that they want to be there? I don't know.
It's got to be them deciding not to be there. Maybe there's just too many things going on throughout the year these days and can't do everything. I don't know.
That's silly. And I think that's a silly thing.
The other thing, I guess, is
Mixer's going to be there. So maybe Ninja will be there.
there's your autograph section.
I hate you so much.
I mean,
I would... never mind.
PAX is focused on the fans.
Uh-huh.
It's not focused on media. There's media there, but you're not going to get a lot of publicity, a lot of coverage for your stuff by going to PAX. You want that.
So Sony's going to be there.
Sony will be there. Yeah. I mean, if you want that kind of coverage, you hold special events, you do live streams, or you go to things like E3 and Gamescom, you know? So there's probably not much in it for them other than like giving back to the fans and rubbing elbows with the people the fans of their stuff. You know?
Why not do that?
Because it costs money. It probably costs a lot of money to set up a huge booth.
Do you think Twitch and Microsoft can't afford it?
Well,
Is that what you're getting at?
It's more about return on investment. Like, what's it doing for them to be there? The other weird thing, though, I guess, the counterpoint is Microsoft is like right around the corner. They're both greater Seattle area based companies / events. So
why would
they just have to drive down the road?
So I don't think money would be an issue at all.
Yeah, it's not like they're flying this stuff or trucking it across the country to come to the event.
So
it is pretty strange.
I found it weird. Google Stadia will be there.
Yeah,
which I thought was weird.
Well, they've got a lot to prove, so they need to get in people's faces every chance they get.
That's true.
With that thing,
Mixer's gonna be there again. Wow.
Yeah.
Nintendo will be there. Square Enix will be there.
Yep. I looked through that list too. The
Square Enix is a pretty big booth.
Yep. Well, now some of these booths have probably grown to make room for that space where Microsoft used to be
there.
Do you think this will alleviate anything on the show floor whatsoever? Like maybe it'll just be a little less dense and lines won't have to get so big? No, of course not. That's me being naive and wishful thinking.
That's going to be very optimistic. I don't know. I personally have never had a problem with PAX, the amount of people that have been there.
That's crazy to me. I've waited in some disgusting lines at PAX.
Yeah.
The worst one I ever waited in was Alien Isolation. 4 hours.
4 hours?
For a 10-minute demo.
Did you get anything cool?
No, they weren't even giving anything away.
No.
And the demo was not that good.
No.
It wasn't even the VR demo because they had like one or two stations that were the VR experience. It wasn't even that. It was just the straight up demo.
Jeez,
and you reach a point,
sucks.
you're in line for an hour and the line has barely moved. And you're like, man, should I get out of line? Yeah. But I've already waited an hour. I'd feel so dumb getting out of line after spending an hour here.
Think of it
and then you
way.
Wait another 3 before you get to play the game.
If one computer is 10-minute demo, then 6 people is an hour.
Well, that's gross.
Yeah,
there
isn't
was
that
more,
gross to think about?
There was more than 6 computers or stations running it. But
I know,
not too many more.
Still,
oof. That's bad.
There was
See, that's one of the reasons I've fallen out of love with PAX a little bit over the years. It's just so darn crowded.
Yeah, I feel that. One thing I have, this is going to be a weird PAX for me because normally, like I said, talking about panels, I have a ton of panels I go to, and this year I don't really have a ton.
Yeah.
So, you know what? I think I might so this is the first year where it's like I haven't had a lot of panels to go to, and I can get through the show floor in 4 days easily. So I think
might not
this
go
will
every
be
day
the
or
first year that I'm going to go watch the Omega Knot.
Oh, dude,
thing.
you should.
I've never watched it before.
At least watch the final.
Never watched it
It's
before.
fun.
I came in contact with a guy who I met in line at Emerald City Comic Con, waiting in line to get an autograph from Christian Sabat.
Yeah.
All Might, for those who are wondering.
No.
The English voice actor.
Kazuna Kuwabara.
Yeah,
Come on, man.
Whatever. Who cares?
Whatever.
Whatever the Kua show you watch is.
Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yeah, whatever.
Best anime ever.
Nerd.
Look who's talking.
Yeah, that's
you
true.
brought it up.
That's true. I have him tattooed on my leg.
Oh, dear.
What was I saying? Oh, anyway.
met this guy in
I
line.
met this guy in line. And he's a super nice guy. And it turns out he's been going to PAX for almost as long as you have. Since like 2007 or
12 years.
6. Yeah.
2007 was the first year I went. It's been going on since like 04, I think. Though.
Yeah, so he's gone to almost every single PAX and seen it grown and evolve. And he was actually an Omega Knot.
Oh, that's cool.
So like I was kind of able to pick his brain a little bit. But I don't know. It seems like such a cool thing. Like I really, really want to do it someday.
There's a lot of energy in the room during the finals. And the last time I went, it was Super Mario Maker, and it was a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, that was the one he was in.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he lost on World of Goo.
Oh man, okay.
Yeah, so if you remember the guy who lost at World of Goo, that was him.
That's fun.
He was like, I'm really bad at physics-based games.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking to myself, I was like, man, I'm really good at physics-based games.
Have you played that game in particular?
Yes, absolutely.
It gets tricky, man.
It does, but I love that game.
It's fun.
I'm
It's
really
cool
good
game.
at it.
Yeah.
And then he was like, yeah, the people who played Mario Maker were trash.
Oh,
So
sick burn. He probably would have won if he made it to that point. Huh?
probably. So I think I'm gonna go watch it this year because it's not like I have anything else better to do.
You're not gonna have anything else going on.
I'm not gonna be able to go
That's
hang out at
sad.
Twitch.
Yep.
Which is sad.
I know you would have spent a lot of time at the Microsoft booth, so I'm sorry you don't get to do that.
I don't really care about the mic. I'm really upset about the Twitch booth.
Yeah.
I mean,
what did they do at the booth? I know they had like a couch and a live stage that was going throughout the entire show.
They had a live stage. They had like a partner only. Like if you were a partner, you could like go sit in there and get like drinks and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, okay.
And I don't know, it's just cool and fun, and it feels like a staple.
Yeah.
So why aren't they there?
Yeah, I mean things change and evolve. Sony wasn't at E3 this year, so it's something similar to that.
So Sony's going to be at PAX this year, and Microsoft
well,
not.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Industry just changes constantly.
And then Nintendo's going to be there, of course. I wonder what we'll see from
Nintendo's still
Nintendo.
repping everything.
Yeah.
But
Oh, we'll see Sword and Shield for sure.
yeah.
Sword and Shield, probably Link's Awakening,
Yep. Luigi's Mansion. I
Luigi's
would guess.
Mansion, absolutely.
Maybe Dragon Quest.
We will, yeah, for sure.
Stuff
and then
like
I'm
that.
sure like some little indie games here and there. But
Yep.
I don't know. We'll see.
No more 3DS, I bet. Which
No,
is
probably not.
about time.
Probably not.
That thing
What,
dragged on for much longer than we expected it
what
to.
I really want to know is what are they going to have at the Square Enix booth? They have 2 booths, and the only thing I can really, I mean, I
There's
guess
a
they
new-
do have a lot of stuff.
There's a new Final Fantasy Online expansion.
There's
There's Dragon Quest, of course, again, coming to Switch.
Do you think they'll show anything about the new Marvel game, Marvel Avengers?
I don't think they're ready to let people play that yet.
Do
I
you
could
think
be
they'll
wrong.
let people play Final Fantasy VII?
Oh, yeah, I do. I do, actually.
They'll probably give us that demo that they played at E3.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I bet that'll be there.
cool.
You get to
Okay.
play that. That's kind of cool.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Hey,
Well, hey, what's
there's
up?
a little more pack stuff, but this is all you
There
because
is.
I don't know nothing about this.
This is kind of a downer,
Okay.
and I don't know exactly what to make of it.
Hey,
but-
as the Goo Goo Dolls said,
Yeah?
hit me with your best shot.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
That was Pat Benatar,
Oh,
the Goo Goo Doll.
whatever.
You're like any band that was from before I was born.
Yeah.
Is all one band.
Yeah,
basically.
yeah.
It
It's
doesn't
all
even
one
matter.
big conglomeration.
Wow.
As the Beatles said,
Oh yeah.
Barracuda.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna stop you before you look like a bigger idiot,
Thanks,
if that's
Ben.
possible.
I
I'm just
appreciate
kidding.
that.
So yeah, a little more PAX stuff went down, and
Yes.
this is not. Well, I guess none of it was good news, was it? But this is
Nah.
this is kind of a downer too. So I don't know if you know who Colin Moriarty is. I've mentioned him on the show before. He is an ex-IGN writer, and he did a lot of great work there. And at a point, he and a couple other guys from IGN left and formed their own kind of games media outlet called Kind of Funny. It was actually like comedy, games media, all kinds of stuff. They did a bunch of other things too. And then a year or two after they started that, he left that and started doing his own platform of games coverage.
Yeah.
And he's always been very like politically minded, so he's done political podcasts and guest spots on political podcasts and stuff too.
Yeah.
And he has unique views, to say the least, within the gaming industry,
Which is fine.
Yeah, a lot of the video games media right now has a very specific. How do I say this without tiptoeing around it a little bit? They have a very specific lean to all of their reporting and their ideals.
Yeah.
We can just leave it at that.
Yeah.
And it's kind of commonly accepted that games media leans a certain way. And he doesn't. He goes kind of in the other direction, or on certain topics goes in the other direction. And so he applied for a panel at PAX this year. Mm-hmm. He and a guy named Chris Ray Gunn, they do a PlayStation podcast together called Sacred Symbols. Mm-hmm. And it's just a PlayStation podcast. They talk about PlayStation games. They talk about, hardware sales and stuff like that. They talk about PlayStation stuff.
Yeah.
So they applied for this panel at PAX, and they got an email back from PAX saying your panel has been accepted. They gave them a theater, a date, a time, everything. And they said, go out on social media, promote this thing, tell your fans that you're going to be there. And so they did. And they got a bunch of their fans excited about it, ready to attend the show. You got tickets to PAX, all that good stuff.
You said something about like this guy doesn't go out much. He doesn't.
That's true. Yeah,
have many panels.
Yeah, I've seen him once at a live panel with Kinda Funny, the previous group he was a part of at PAX, and he doesn't do this kind of thing very often because it's just not his style. He's a bit more of an introvert when it comes to being out there in the physical space and doing events and stuff like that. So, yeah, this was rare for him to do something like this. So, yeah, they said go ahead and promote it. He did. And then he got an email shortly thereafter, I think about a week after he got the acceptance email. And this is what it said. It said, "Hi, Colin. Apologies, but we unfortunately have to remove your panel from the PAX West 2019 schedule. We apologize for any confusion. We're happy to still issue a special guest badge to you and the folks you had designated as speakers. So you'll have access to the show floor all 4 days. Thanks, PAX team." So you may have noticed there's absolutely zero explanation as to why his panel was canceled in that email. Mm-hmm. So naturally, he was bothered by that, and so was Chris. So they both started reaching out to PAX, emailing them, and trying to figure out what the heck happened. Mm-hmm. Because they're a high-profile outlet compared to a lot of the panels you see at PAX. And for their panel to just get straight up canceled and not be offered any explanation, they thought was kind of crappy. Mm-hmm. So they emailed PAX multiple times, and I think about a week went by without hearing anything at all whatsoever from them. Mm-hmm. And finally, he got another email back from PAX, and it's really long, so I'm not going to read the whole thing. But essentially, they still got no response. One of the questions he asked them in this email was, could his fans get refunds for their badges?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people theoretically could have booked just to go see him, and then they're paying for flights and badges, and now they can't even see him at the show. Yeah. And PAX said no to that.
I mean, they could see him at the show, but...
Oh, I guess if he was still going, but he's definitely not going.
Yeah.
Like, his first takeaway was, why would you even offer me badges still if I'm not wanted there?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, he wanted to know why his fans, or if his fans could get refunds for their badges. Mm-hmm. So they said no to that, and they still, even though he asked very distinctly and very clearly what happened and why this happened, they still gave him no explanation whatsoever.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So, I mean, the going theory, and I can't say anything for certain because I don't know about the inner workings of PAX. Yeah. It could have just been a scheduling conflict. I don't know. But
I can tell you by the panelists that they have right now, there should have been.
Oh, okay then.
It's so light. There's literally basically nothing.
So it's
in my
probably
opinion.
not a scheduling issue.
No.
Then. Yeah. So it sounds like it's politics, which really sucks because him and this guy do a really good PlayStation show. There's some of the best PlayStation coverage out there. He's written some of the most elaborate long-form articles on the biggest first-party PlayStation studios out there, like Naughty Dog and who are the infamous guys? Sucker Punch.
Yeah.
He's done really cool, extensive articles on these studios that go deep into development on some of the best PlayStation games out there. So he's done a lot for PlayStation media over the years. And he just wanted to go to the show and do a PlayStation podcast with his buddy.
Yeah.
And it sounds like politics got in the way. Like his personal beliefs and his personal political views got in the way.
But did he talk about that at all? Like about PAX or was PAX involved in any of his statements, or do you think it's
No.
just because that's what he believes?
I
And they're
think
like, nah.
it sounds like, and this is his theory too, that other people, either attendees or other people with panels at PAX, convinced the PAX organizers that a person with his particular political and social viewpoints should not be allowed to have a platform at PAX. Even though it has, the panel itself would have had nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
He said he just wanted to go to PAX, do a show about PlayStation, meet some of his fans, sign some autographs, and go home.
Yeah.
He wasn't there to talk about politics. And he's actually one of the people in games media that I follow that has a lot of restraint. When he's talking about politics, he's talking about politics. When he's talking about games, he's talking about games. He doesn't let the two mesh or run together.
When you say politics, do you mean like actual like politics, like
Yeah, like
president and
social issues
Got it.
and stuff that's going on in our
Okay.
country and our society.
Got it.
That he has strong views on.
I thought you meant like politics, like in the gaming
And
industry.
not specifically game related.
Okay.
And he's not shy about what he thinks, what he believes,
Which
and
is fine.
what he shares with his fans.
That's
But he doesn't talk about it when the situation doesn't call for it
Yeah.
either. So the whole thing just feels kind of shady and unfortunate to me.
Why do you-
Because it's just another sign of our times where people cannot disagree. You cannot have opposing viewpoints to the status quo, or you can be ostracized like this, even when you're not looking to have a political conversation.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There's a time and place for it, and
So I don't know if I don't know if PAX just kind of succumbed to the pressure from other people that have strong opinions about him personally, or if something else happened. But it's kind of a bummer
What do
because
you
he's
think?
a cool dude.
What do you think personally?
I think it's politics.
Okay.
Yeah. And I don't know that the PAX organizers themselves came to this conclusion, because why would they have accepted the panel in the first place if
Yeah.
that were the case? I'm thinking after the panel was accepted and it was made public that he was going to be there and have a panel, other people got mad and pressured PAX to do something about it.
Or do you think it might have been a whole internal thing? Because like the people who do the whole panel situation stuff, that's all a separate group.
Yeah.
And then you have like Gabe and Tycho,
Yep.
for instance. Say they didn't like him.
Right.
Do you think they were like, yeah, we don't want him here?
Yeah,
'Cause
see,
I'm sure with how big PAX is, I'm sure they have basically no hands in when it comes to people who get picked for
They don't
panels.
see
and
every
stuff.
single thing
Yeah,
that
they
comes
don't. They
through.
can't foresee all of that.
I mean,
stuff.
I guess
they
all-
got to see the bigger picture.
All I'd say is this is one of the bigger theaters that he was in.
Yeah.
And so it was one of the higher profile panels. So
Yeah.
I would think they would at least glance at that stuff,
Mm-hmm.
like the bigger stuff that they commit to hosting. But I could be wrong. I don't know. Also, they, in recent years, have kind of stepped away a little bit from the organization part of the show.
Yeah.
And they're more just another one of the
Faces.
presences there.
Yeah. So, and you were saying a little bit, and we'll move on here soon. But
Yeah.
you were saying a little bit about other like websites and gaming news sites and stuff were touching on the story and
Yeah.
were very, very tiptoey about
That's right.
everything.
Yeah, so it took quite a while for any of the media, the big games media outlets, to pick this up at all and talk about it.
Yeah.
And when they finally did, I think Kotaku was the first to do an article on it. And right there in the headline, they said something about a controversial host. So they're alluding to the fact that Colin, as a person, comes as a package deal with certain political beliefs and social beliefs that make him a controversial person.
Yeah.
They weren't just talking about what happened. They weren't just talking about the panel being pulled and, you know, the lack of response from PAX and stuff like that. They had to point out right there in the headline that this was probably at least a bit on him
Yeah.
and not on PAX. So it does seem like most of games media leans a certain way, and that came through pretty strong in the way that this was addressed and covered.
Do you think that it might have something to do with some of these news guys kind of wanting to tiptoe around it because they don't want to like not be able to go to PAX as a media force? Or
I doubt it.
Okay.
I doubt it, especially Kotaku. They're pretty bold, and they were the ones that 3 years in a row broke Assassin's Creed news before it was made public. So they'll do things like that at the risk of companies not sending them review code and blacklisting them from, you know, advanced copies of stuff. So no, I don't think they would shy away from it for that reason at all.
Okay.
I just think that they have their own views on the situation,
Cool.
and they wanted to share them with their readers.
God, I'm so scared of this PAX.
Yeah, I don't know. Things
I,
are changing there. It's kind of weird.
Oh my God.
Oh, one other quick thing that he did after that final response from PAX that was basically not a response. He offered to refund personally PAX badge costs for 20 of his Patreon followers.
Oh, that's nice.
So the
out of his
the
own
first,
personal expenses.
yeah. So the first 20 people that contacted him that had bought badges to go see him, he was going to refund them personally.
I will say that PAX did release a reselling site this year.
Yeah.
Alongside their like ticket providers, which I don't remember their name. It's not Frontgate Ticket, it's something else. But anyways, people can sell their badges on this like secondhand ticket website.
Gotcha.
So,
and you told me there's no markup or anything.
No,
it's really
not
just
that I know
badges
of.
changing hands for admission price.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's cool.
So
they needed something like that.
Yeah,
badge sales have had some serious issues over the years.
It's trying to keep them out of the hands of scalpers, honestly. But like scalpers aren't going to stop. I wish I would. In most states, scalping is illegal, actually. And I really, really, really wish it was illegal in Washington, but it's not.
Yeah.
Which is sad because the amount of events that happen in Washington versus other states is relatively staggering high.
Yeah.
So the fact that they don't have a law against scalping, it's actually a little baffling.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Because there's so much going on, like huge events.
Yeah.
So
people just preying on people making money off the fact that they want to go see something or
it's weird.
something.
And it's not even like concerts and like gaming convention. It's like football and baseball and things like that. And like Washington has they have a soccer team, they have a baseball team, they have a football team. They have all these teams that people will scalp tickets all day long.
Yeah.
And make a exuberant amount of money off of it.
Yeah.
Because people don't really have the choice sometimes. So
that's frustrating.
When I first went to PAX, I remember I bought a Friday and a Saturday badge.
Yep.
And I really was like, oh, I should have bought, this day. And I wanted to get a Monday badge. And I think at the time they were like $30-something.
Sounds about
crazy, right?
Yeah. Back in the day.
And I went up to a scalper and I was like, can I buy a Monday badge? She's like, yeah, it's $50. I was like,
sucks.
$50 though, still after Monday was sold out.
Yeah.
Wasn't that
This
bad.
was just a guy on the street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So but like if I was to go up today and be like, I want to get a Monday badge, they'll be like $200 or $300.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
I bet you're not right.
I was like, what is this, inflation?
It wouldn't be.
What?
Because Monday badges are still available.
No, they're not.
How crazy. I looked today.
Oh, are they?
Maybe they went out of stock and back in stock, but they actually have Friday badges too.
Oh, yeah, Friday. I know Friday's still available.
Friday and Monday.
Oh, you know what it was? I saw Sunday. My bad. Yes, okay. I know Sunday sold out. I know Saturday sold out. But yeah, Friday and Monday still available.
Just another sign of PAX changing, I guess, because they've been sold out across the board in a week most years in the past like 5
I remember I had
years.
to be on it or I'd be out of luck.
Yeah. And
but now I don't have to.
Still have badges, so I don't know.
Well, I got a 4-day badge because they brought those back.
Yeah. Okay.
So now I just have to. I have one badge. I'm like, boop.
Yeah, that's nice.
So
well, if things die down there enough to kind of be a normal show again,
buy a Monday
let me
badge.
know and maybe I'll go again.
Buy
sometime.
a Monday badge. Come with me and come watch the finals of the Omegathon with me.
That sounds fun. I don't think it's worth going.
Come on,
I'll
drive you.
Well, that's a nice offer.
I'll drive you.
If I change my mind, I'll let you know.
Okay.
As of now, heck no.
Well,
hey, do you want to talk about Pokemon?
Yeah, let's talk about Pokemon.
Let's lift this thing back
yeah,
up.
I know.
Let's talk about something
We've been
fun.
talking about kind of depressing things.
A little
What's
bit.
going on?
Yeah.
Okay, Pokemon. New stuff came out yesterday.
It's like a big trailer, right?
Yes,
yeah.
big trailer.
Okay.
They released basically. So last generation had Alolan versions of Pokemon.
Yep.
So they were basically they were versions of Pokemon that were unique to the region. It made them look a lot more Hawaiian. So like for example, Raichu was riding on his tail as a surfboard.
That's awesome.
And Executor was a palm tree.
Yeah.
Well, they are releasing what's known. What is this?
Galar.
Yeah, Galar Pokemon.
Yep.
So essentially, they're like the British version of Pokemon.
Yeah.
And
there's some great ones.
One of the best ones was.
Is it wheezing or coughing? It's
Wheezing.
Yeah.
Is the most dapper looking man I've ever seen.
And yet he's filthy at the same
He's
time.
filthy, yeah. But so he has basically it's just wheezing, but he has smoke that goes. The big one has like a mustache of smoke, and the other one has like big old bushy eyebrows and a big beard.
Yep.
And they have like top hats that are like
They're
smokestacks
smokestacks.
that are just super tall.
They're just fancy English gentlemen.
Yeah, they're fancy English gentlemen.
great,
They're
dude.
Doug Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome.
Don't know what that is.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
You've
no.
never watched Fairly Odd Parents?
I have, but it's been a long time.
I'll
and
show
I
you
didn't
the
watch
meme.
a ton of it.
I'll show you the meme.
Yeah, okay.
But fun fact, this is the first typing of both poison and fairy
Ever.
So,
Fairy. Really?
Fairy, yeah.
I would never in a million years consider wheezing a fairy type in any form.
I know, right? But
unless he had sparkly wings.
I mean, he's a dapper man.
He's
Look.
dapper.
Yeah.
That's true. Fairies.
And then they
Quite
added a gallon version of Zigzagoon, which Zigzagoon is
It's like a
pretty
badger
basic.
or
Yeah, it's
something?
like a badger. It's a pretty basic Pokemon. But they made him look a lot cooler. And then Lanoon is his second evolved form, but they also made a unique third evolved form just for the Galar region.
Oh, that's cool.
And what's
They
its
added
name
new
again?
evolutions.
Obgoose.
Okay.
Like obtuse, but it's obgoose.
Got it. Okay.
And yeah, I don't know. It's really cool that I really enjoy the fact that they're bringing back these alternate versions of old Pokemon.
That's cool.
It's very cool.
I hope they keep doing that regionally going
Yes.
forward. It's going to lead to a situation where we have an obscene number of variants, though, on
Which
some
is
of
fine.
these Pokemon.
Fine with me.
Yeah.
And then the next, they added they showcased some new Pokemon.
Okay.
And I just want to make sure that I get these names right. Morpeko is
It's
one of the
Pikachu.
Pokemon. It almost looks like Pikachu, yeah, but he's more of a hamster.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, he's a little rounder.
So he's more of a hamster-looking Pokemon, and he has two different versions. He has his normal version, and then he has his hangry version.
That's so stupid.
So-
Is this a Taco Bell ad or something?
No, but he has an ability where essentially it'll make him like more powerful. I don't know too much.
You don't want to
into
see
it.
me when I'm hungry.
Yeah, exactly.
That's funny.
But I love the fact that they said hangry.
I don't like that at all.
Really?
I mean, I'll let it slide.
Oh well, I'm glad you let
I'm
it
not a
slide. I'm glad you let it slide.
Yeah, of course.
They also revealed the new rivals, or not rivals, but the new like
Team.
enemy team.
Yeah, right.
And it's Team Yell.
Yeah.
And
They look like guys that painted themselves up at a sporting event.
at a sporting event, or really, really annoying people who go to conventions.
Yeah. They also look a little bit like Splatoon characters. To me.
Yeah, they do.
Kinda.
Yeah, they kind of do.
Yep.
So I don't know. It's
And it
just
sounds
really
like
goofy.
it sounds like their goal. All they do is just harass people. Basically,
Mm-hmm.
they show up wherever you don't want them, and they yell and they annoy, and that's like their whole thing.
Yeah,
They sound like the lowest stakes enemy team,
which is
ever.
weird because we thought Team Skull was.
Oh yeah.
They're.
These guys are just there to annoy. It
Yeah.
sounds like that's their whole mantra. Let's just annoy people.
Sorry, I'm yawning. 1 second. Keep talking.
We don't have time for that.
I'm sorry. I gotta stretch.
All right, carry on.
Okay. And then they announced two new rivals. One of them being his name is Beatty. I think it's a boy. It might be a girl.
Okay, didn't see him.
Beatty, and then the next one, which everyone is obsessed over right now, is Marnie.
Yeah.
I think that's how you spell it. Manari? Marnie.
Is this like when the professor was shown off for Lola?
Yeah, yeah.
And everyone was just so
Yeah.
obsessed with him.
Yeah, no, everyone loves it because she's like a pastel. Like she's wearing like a cute pink dress, but then she has like a leather coat and leather boots and
Oh,
stuff like
dear.
that. So super like punk goth
Yeah.
pastel girl,
I guess that checks out.
which everyone is, everyone's all about that life.
That's funny, man.
But yeah, so
One other thing they mentioned in this was Poke Jobs.
yeah,
You can get your Pokemon a job.
yeah,
Finally, they can pull their own weight,
wow,
earn their keep.
riveting.
It sounded like an interesting mechanic, actually. Like characters you find throughout the world will have jobs that need to be done, and you can kind of leave your Pokemon there and assign them to jobs, and then they'll gain XP,
Yeah,
probably items and stuff by hanging out at these places for a while and off your team.
Get some moonies.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's always good.
So yeah, it looks good.
All right.
I'm actually really, really digging it, and I'm really excited.
Are you on a roller coaster with this game? Because a lot of people I talk to that are huge Pokemon fans are kind of down on this game.
I'm
right
on
now.
board.
But there's been
100%.
points after previous showings and unveilings that they've been excited about it. So it seems like people are up and down about this one a lot.
I am on board 100%.
Okay, good.
You want to know what I'm not on board for?
What?
Let's go. That game was garbage.
Let's not.
Okay, sorry.
Let's not go.
Okay, well, I tried.
You just laid into that the other day for a good 20 minutes while we were talking.
I had to, man. You
Yeah.
had to know my purpose.
But I already know is the thing.
That's true.
I already know where you stand, man.
Okay, well, hey. What do
Hey.
we got left? I'm sure we got one more
Hey.
thing left.
We talked a little bit about PAX, right?
Yeah.
We talked about
A little.
Microsoft pulling out of PAX.
Yeah.
Here's something kind of weird.
Well, they didn't pull out of PAX. They just aren't there.
I guess how's that
Pulling
different?
out of PAX would be like, hey, we're not going to be at PAX this year.
I guess it remains to be seen.
They didn't
It
even
could just-
say
it
anything.
could
They
be-
just didn't
Could
show
be
up.
just this year, but maybe they'll never be there again. I don't know, man.
Oof.
Anyway, Nintendo is going to have its own gaming expo
Yes.
this year
Yeah.
in Kyoto. And it's called Nintendo Live 2019 Kyoto.
Do you want to go to Kyoto with me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you said it like you like yes I do, but no, I really don't.
I definitely do, but I don't know if I want to go just for this. I want to
okay.
go for many other reasons.
Yeah.
Because this is it's a typical showing. We kind of know what's going to be there. So it's on October 13th, just a couple months away. And they're going to have some big tournaments like they do at most events. They do this kind of stuff at E3, a Splatoon 2 tournament, Super Mario Maker 2, Smash Bros.
What's a Super Mario Maker 2 tournament like?
I think it's typically they'll have a selection of really hard levels and have people compete to get through them.
Got it.
Either quickly or, I don't know, or just get through them at all.
Yeah.
Because those levels can be tough.
Yeah.
They'll have demo stations set up for new games coming out, kind of like what we'll probably see at PAX. And they're going to do a live Splatoon concert, too, which is kind of fun. That's a thing in Japan. They'll do, like, Hatsune Miku. Mm-hmm. They'll do, what do they call those, Vocaloids?
Yeah.
They're like holographic projections on stage.
Yeah.
They'll do concerts for Splatoon, live concerts with Callie and Marie on stage, or Pearl and Marina, or probably all of them at this point. So they do. You could go to
girls
a
getting
live
back
Splatoon
together.
concert, which is kind of cool.
Yep.
Yeah, that's about it. But it's interesting that they're holding their own event. They haven't done that in a long time.
Nice.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're gonna have like panels or like announcements and things like that.
Yeah, I don't know beyond what they've said. What else will be there?
Reggie's not gonna be there, so why does it matter anyways?
Yeah, well, I don't know if he'd go over to Japan just for that.
No, I don't think
Probably
so.
not. 'Cause- especially since all the legends are right there. I mean,
Oh, the
I
legends.
think Miyamoto could hold down the fort without Reggie
Oh yeah,
if he had to.
I think he'd be fine.
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Doug Bowser, you think Doug will be there? Probably not.
I doubt it.
Wow.
Maybe. I don't know.
I mean, why not?
This is the first of its kind in a long time, so
Yeah.
maybe it's kind of a big deal.
Yeah, it is kind of a big deal.
And I don't know. I mean, they still do E3. They have a presence there. They have their announcement videos there, but they've done their own thing for such a long time with Nintendo Directs, the way that they share news and information with their fans. So this is just another thing that's kind of moving away from what everything else is doing. So maybe it's a step away from E3 and other events.
Nintendo-
Although they also just said they're going to be at Gamescom and they've announced their presence there and what they're going to be showing off there. So they're still taking part in most of the big events out there.
That's good.
And they're going to be at PAX, of course.
I'm glad they'll be there.
I know.
Yeah.
Got to have somebody taking up all that show floor
my
space.
God. One of those funny is there's
What?
not that much floor space.
I thought
Sony has 5 booths.
Sony.
Well,
Well, yeah, they probably took over some Microsoft space because they were always right
No.
next to each other.
for the most part, it's all just the same space that they've always been in.
So what's taking up all that Microsoft space?
Mixer is one of them.
Well, they're taking up Twitch space probably.
Ubisoft.
yeah. What the heck does Ubisoft have to show off this year?
I don't know. What
Do
Just
they have
Dance.
anything?
Yeah, Watch Dogs.
Come on now, Just Dance. They do have Watch Dogs. You're right. There's no Assassin's Creed this year, though. Right?
Nope.
There's no
They
Far
have-
Cry this year.
They have those really crappy, like, handheld looking Splinter Cell games or whatever it was.
That's it. You got to have a big footprint on the show floor for that, for your
Bro,
mobile games.
I mean, I would be very surprised if they... I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they brought back the stupid dinosaur from Ark again. Like, oh, my God. I was
That's so lame.
They brought it back like 3 years in a row.
Yeah.
And one of the years, they weren't even releasing anything. They were just there. They're like, hey, we're coming out of beta here
You can
soon.
sit on a dinosaur and get
You
your
can
picture
sit
taken.
on a dinosaur, and we're coming out of beta here soon.
How exciting.
Great.
You got something against Ark?
I do.
It's bad.
I do have something against Ark, actually. Do you want to know what my thing against Ark is?
Would you tell me?
I hate the fact that they released like 3 DLCs and they weren't even out of beta yet.
That's dumb.
That's dumb. Why would you charge someone full price for all these things? You're not even out of beta.
Yeah.
It is dumb.
But a lot of people were playing, though.
Yeah, I know.
When this was going on.
It's like, but hey, guess what? Games are supposed to come out of beta. You're not supposed to leave them. You're not still fixing bugs 3 years into your game. You're supposed to release it, then release DLC for it. Idiots.
I agree. They got it all wrong.
So irritating, dude.
Yep.
I even, like, my sister was super into the game, and I told her not to be. I was like,
you can't
it's
tell
a flop.
somebody not to be.
Yeah, I knew it was going to be a flop. I knew it was going to be.
It lasted a while, dude. I knew a guy that played it at work that it was all he played for like 2 years straight. And he was like, always, I got to go home and incubate my eggs.
You got to tell me who it is so I can make fun of him.
I will.
Okay,
cool. I'll tell you later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. We got about 5 minutes left.
Of the show or until we need to wrap up?
We have 4 minutes until we need to wrap up.
Okay, I got one more thing that'll just work out just right.
Yeah,
I think.
hit me.
So, are you familiar with the Nintendo World Championship cartridge?
Of course.
The rare NES cartridge.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
about the most pricey cartridge you can run into out there in the wild.
Is this the gold one you're talking about?
It's not the gold one. It's the gray one.
Yeah.
So somebody walked into a game store in Seattle, and I have the name here somewhere. I've never been there.
My eyes are already really big.
Pink Gorilla Games.
Yeah, of course. I know.
Familiar with it?
Absolutely.
Somebody walked in with a box of NES games
and
said, "Give me a bid on this." And they started going through it, and they found a Nintendo World Championship cartridge in it.
Yeah.
So the crappy thing to do, obviously, would be like, we'll give you $10 for all this stuff. They were cool about it. They told the guy what he had in there. It doesn't say what any of the other stuff was, so I don't think it was anything important.
It was like E.T. or something.
But they were like,
that.
You got something special here. This is a big deal. And they told him what it typically will go for on the market.
Yeah.
And then they made him an offer, and he sold it to him.
No.
And I bet he got a terrible deal because he was probably just looking for some cash in a hurry to sell it.
Yeah.
But you know how pawn shops and stuff are.
Yeah.
They have to undercut to make a profit.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it doesn't say anything about what they paid for it. But
how much do they normally go for?
They say in this article that I pulled up that they go from 20 to 30,000 typically. Or sorry, 15 to 20,000. Yep.
What?
Yep.
What does the gold version go for?
More than that.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I wonder if it was in good condition. That's the thing, though, is it wasn't.
There's
in
a
good
picture
condition.
of it. It looks all right.
Okay.
But I mean, the label's scuffed up and stuff. It's not torn at all. I know a torn label would be a problem, and that seriously affects value. But it's just kind of scuffed up. And they opened it up.
Imagine being that guy who just had it thrown in a box and let it sit there for 20 years.
It said something like he used to be a collector back in the day, kind of before collecting video games was a thing.
Yeah.
So probably close to when the event actually happened. And then he just kind of put everything away at some point.
But how would you not know?
Him.
How would you not know? I would know.
I mean, if you're a huge gamer and then at some point in life you kind of just drift away from it for a decade or more, then you've just lost touch, I suppose, and you don't know what all this stuff is and what it's all worth.
If I would have seen that,
but that is kind of like the holy grail of NES games, so you should know at least that one if you're going to know any.
I would have been like, I'll give you $100 for it right now, cash.
That's terrible, man.
He probably would have said yes.
I know, but you can't do that.
I would have.
You can't, especially when you have IGN running articles about it. This guy would have found out maybe and been just furious about it, and that's bad business practice, you know.
It was me personally, though, so I don't care.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I wasn't.
I'm talking about the store.
Oh no, I'm not talking about the store. I'm talking about like if I was just there, in the store, and been like,
well, I'm sure they offered him more than $100 for it.
I'm sure they did.
It sounds like they gave him a fair but realistic price.
I'm sure they gave him a couple thousand.
Yeah, right. And they already sold it. They didn't say what they sold it for, but this just happened within the last week, and the game is already sold. Wow. So it's not hard to turn these things around.
I would have framed that thing and threw it on a wall.
It'd be a cool thing to have in your game store.
Yeah, it would have been.
But, I mean, if we're talking
their business,
$10,000, $15,000, $20,000, then you got to make a profit.
I bought plenty of things from Pink Gorilla. They're a great company to buy things from.
Is it one store? Is it a little chain or what?
I think there's like one or two, but yeah, there's not many. But they're at like every single convention in Seattle I've ever been to.
Yeah,
they're great.
Oh,
they're
cool.
fantastic. I found so many games there for really, really good deals. Like I found What was that game? The really old music game for the 3DS, Plankton.
Oh yeah, I can't remember. I know exactly what you're talking about.
I don't remember what it is, but I found a Japanese version of the game, which can still run on an American DS.
Okay.
And I bought it for like $20.
Oh yeah.
I
Okay.
haven't seen that game in years.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm absolutely picking this up. It was super awesome.
Oh hey,
Super awesome.
check this out.
Yeah.
Tonight
Uh-huh.
on Twitch,
Uh-huh.
they're going to stream the full story of what happened from their Twitch channel.
Oh. Wait, IGN or
No,
Pink
Pink Gorilla. Apparently,
Okay.
they have their own Twitch channel, and they're going to hop on and they're going to talk live about this whole
Boy,
situation.
When?
That
Does
might
it
be
say?
fun. It's at 9:30 tonight.
Oh.
It's Thursday night.
I'm
So
gonna
if you're
set an
hearing
alarm.
this, you already missed it. But Scott,
Yeah.
maybe you should check
I
it
gotta
out.
set an alarm.
That might be fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
cool.
hey, Brittin,
Yeah, what's up?
thanks for doing this one-on-one with me.
Yeah, this was fun. It went really well.
We did it again.
As usual.
It went well. We don't need Zach.
I do have a quick piece of trivia.
Oh, yeah, hit
if
me
you
with it.
want.
Yeah, hit me
It'll
with
just
it.
take a second.
Okay.
So we talked about Nintendo hosting a new event.
Yes.
They haven't done that in a long time,
Mm-hmm.
but they have done it before. Do you know what their old event was called? Back in the 90s?
No.
No?
Nin-
Take a guess.
Nintendo days.
Okay, that's a fun guess.
No. When? Can you tell me the year?
No, because I don't know. I could look it up really quick.
Oh,
I don't know off
okay.
the top of my head.
Dang it.
I don't know when the last one was. It was a yearly event that they did a few different times. I know it was in the 90s.
I think I'm gonna say the Nintendo Championship.
That is a thing, but that was not the thing.
Oh.
Okay,
thanks for telling me.
here's a little more info. They held it from 1989 to 2001. So they actually went on for over a decade. I didn't realize that. And it was in Japan, Kyoto.
Tokyo Game Show.
Nope.
Nintendo Days at Wild Waves.
I like that.
Thanks,
I
Sam.
would go for sure. That sounds fun.
I don't know.
Reggie going down the water slides. Yeah,
Dude, his
classic.
body's Reggie.
For the water's fun.
The water high.
That's good. Okay, cool. I kind of stumped you.
Oh, good. Yeah,
Cool.
you did. Well, hey, we'll
see.
find out next
I'll
week.
tell you next week.
From Brittin,
See you guys. This was fun.
for
Thanks.
me,
Bye, Scott.
thank you to nwczradio.com, as always, for letting us use you guys' studio. Don't forget to check us out on the social medias, iTunes, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all Video Game Pharmacy. And hopefully Zach will be here next week.
Yep, I think
Yeah.
you will be.
But as
Have faith.
always, from us
Yep.
to you,
Yep.
we love you guys.
See you guys soon.
Thank you guys for listening to Video Game Pharmacy,
Thank you very much.
your weekly dose of video game news, knowledge, and know-how.
We got you covered.
We got it covered.
All right. Peace out, homies.
Bye.
Bye.
The pharmacy is now closed.